Good morning, everyone. Mm. Was it hot? Having my typical morning ginger tea. I just wanted to come on this morning and talk about living with bone cancer, and it's been 4 years, which has been absolutely crazy. Um, yeah, it's like in between when I was diagnosed with cancer and when I had my first surgery. So my first surgery was actually the January 24th of 2019, and it feels crazy. I mean, it took me, I don't know, probably 2 years, more than 2 years to get functional, 2.5 years to get to a functioning place because I had, the follow-up in November of 2019, and then I had another follow-up in November of 2020, and just trying to recover from all of those. So, yeah, but it's good. It's been challenging. There's still a lot of things that I can't do. Um which is okay. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to be fully functional again. I mean, that's what happens when you become disabled, I guess. But I've tried filming a video a couple of times now to talk about it, and every time I've kind of broken down and cried. Um, Obviously, there's still a lot of healing for me to do in regards to all of that. So, you know, um, just if you guys want an update, come here, Tater. Come on. Oh, nope, nope. Come here. Oh, aw. Look, top man. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm using natural lighting and I might have to figure out how to, I don't know. We'll see. But this is Tater and he's doing good. So he had his first heartworm injection. Yes, he looked like Grumpy Pants and he looks like he's confused because he probably is. He's on medication to try to keep him calm. Uh, so that way when as the heartworm's dying, like it doesn't put more stress on his body by his heart pumping faster. So he had his first injection like over a week ago. He's doing really well. I feel bad for poor buddy. Like he can't do anything. We have to take him outside. It's been really cold. It snowed a couple days ago, and it's all turned to just ice everywhere. So that's not been the most pleasant thing in the world to go deal with. But I'll do anything for this little dog. I love him. But yeah, so you want to hang out with mom while I talk about this? No? Okay. Uh, but it's just been weird. I get a lot of comments from people in everyday life. I'm very open about my cancer and a lot of my experiences, and I know sometimes it can make other people uncomfortable. So sometimes I have to peter that back a little bit, but I have a lot of people that like go wide-eyed and be like, "You had what happen to you?" And that's how I still feel often. I get that sense of is this really my life? Is this what's going on? Is this what's happening? Uh so it's it's weird. I get, I have constant reminders though. Obviously, like I can't get out of bed normally. Standing up is different for me. Like, and I was in a work meeting yesterday and I get extremely stiff very quickly in my surgery leg. And so I had to be like, okay, I need a second to awkwardly adjust while we have on this call because it's gonna be painful for me to adjust. And so I need just like 30 seconds to adjust. And people are I don't think I've ever had anyone really ever be rude about it. I had a job interview where someone was really unprofessional when I had said like, "Hey, I have to have a remote job," because they asked me like, "Oh, do you want to have like, would you be willing to come in?" I said, "No, only if you like consider this position fully remote. I will interview. If not, then I don't want to interview." And they said, "Okay, well, here's the interview." So it made it seem like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna do this." And they were basically, I got on, and it was a group interview, and person on the call basically, after interviewing for a half hour, was like, "Oh yeah, like you would have to come in." I'm like, "That's not like I was told that this was going to be remote and I have to have remote because I have this bone cancer disability." And this individual went off on me and was like, "You should never talk about your disability in an interview. This is completely inappropriate." And it was really shocking. Like, I'd never ever had anyone interact with me that way. Particularly, I wouldn't expect that in a professional setting. Needless to say, I got done with the interview and I went through my application because if that person, I'm not sure where some of that energy came from, and I feel for that person in the sense that I must have made them uncomfortable to a point where they felt like they had to respond in that way. But it humiliated me really at the end of the day, and so um, I still want to have empathy towards that person. Like, they responded in a way because that's what they thought. I've had other job interviews and I've been very clear and honest about what I've got, because if I'm going to get in an interview and someone's going to respond that way, I don't think that's a workplace that's going to be the best environment for me, because I need a place that's going to be more understanding about having had cancer and having a disability because of bone cancer. So in a way, I'm at least fortunate that that happened. Um, but I guess it's just drawing a source of empathy for when that happens. But outside of that, I mean, it's usually good, good feedback. Um, some of the things I still can't do. I can't do the stairs. I don't think I'm ever going to. It's been 4 years now, and I still have to do stairs one at a time. So I probably won't ever be able to do stairs again. My shoes, my left shoe gets super dirty because I hook my right leg use my left leg as like a little lift for my right, so I put less pressure and stress on my right leg. Um, and so my left shoe is absolutely filthy, and my right shoe is not like, it doesn't look filthy in comparison anymore. So that's something really odd that I've noticed. I can only stand for so long. I went out to dinner last night actually with my husband, and we were standing, and I don't know what it is, but particularly since I've had my surgeries, I just don't know if maybe like my blood volume's not as high anymore. I don't know, but I like feel like I can pass out. Like, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. The longer I stand, the more I have to do conscious breathing and like tensing my muscles and stuff to make sure that I don't pass out from lack of blood flow to my head. I don't know what it is. I'm not locking the knee at all, because I know locking your knees can do that, but I don't do that. So I'm not sure like what that is, but it's only been since I had the surgery. So I more or less correlate that to what happened afterwards. I don't know. Things like getting in and out of a regular bathtub that has a lip is extremely difficult because of the motion you need to do to get in and out. So it looks really awkward. I have realized since I started filming myself, I do a lot of things that look kind of funny in order to accommodate how I move around, like getting out of bed. Like, I don't get out of bed gracefully. I don't think most people do, but like, I am like this roly poly all over the place, uh, like trying to get out of bed in the mornings. Eh, That's weird. I've always known getting out of the car is difficult for me. Like rolling over, like you think that's such a simple task, like rolling over in bed, but rolling over for me is really hard. Like, it's like I accidentally wake my spouse up a lot when I roll over because it's not a simple process. Like, I have this huge limb that feels like dead weight, and it's really hard to move and maneuver in bed, especially with the like weight of the comforter and the weight of my heated blanket. It's a lot of weight on it too, so like I just don't have the muscle control and the muscle strength to like maneuver easily in bed. So like, if I'm gonna roll over and like put my leg up for my husband to rub at night to help, because like massaging my leg helps with pain. He rubs my leg a lot at night. He often has to like I have to like try to takes me like probably 30 seconds to a minute to like fully get my leg up, and then sometimes he still has to like grab my leg and like lift it up for me, so that way he can like he can read and in bed and still rub my leg and wherever, but I don't know. I think I should go back to physical therapy at some point. I think I plan on doing it. I just needed a break. I was in physical therapy continuously for over 2 years, and then I went back and I did another almost 6 months worth once I moved to the Midwest from Denver, and I just the physical therapy was making my life significantly worse. It wasn't helping. I wasn't seeing long-term improvement in terms of mobility. I was just in way more pain every single day. And so I stopped. Um, and that's kind of scary for me to try to go back to do. So I don't know. I should probably go back at some point though. One thing I want to do, which I don't know how I'm going to do this, but when I did physical therapy in Denver, I went to a clinic that had an in-house like massage therapist, and it was somebody who had, a sports medicine background, so it's more than just typical massage therapy training, but more specialized training for people like for example, athletes, and a lot of athletes have injuries and stuff. Although this isn't technically an injury, it's a disability. I guess you could consider it an injury. I don't know, but they would know how to maneuver my leg better because there's certain things you can't do in terms of like how my leg moves. My leg only moves in certain ways now. I don't have nearly the same flexibility or range of motion that a typical person's leg does. Tea time. So, but I would go see this massage therapist, and they would count it as physical therapy. So my medical insurance would pay for it, and they just massaged all of the muscles around my knee, in my calf, up my leg, in my hip to help with muscle pain and adding blood flow to the area. And it helped so much. Like I got so much pain relief from medical massages for my leg, but I don't know how to even like find that here. I need to probably get in. There's a couple of clinics nearby, but I need a clinic with a massage therapist who has that background, because I've tried just searching like sports medicine massage therapist, and I haven't really found a lot. Again, I live in the Midwest where there's not nearly as many people, and there's not going to be some of the same services in a close distance like it was in Denver, which makes sense, right? But that's something that I think I want to do to help with pain control, because I guess I keep talking about pain. Yes, I'm still in pain every single day. I don't think I've had a day. I can pretty confidently say I haven't had a pain-free day since I've had my first surgery. And the thing is, I was actually in pain before I even had the surgeries because I had been in pain for years. For years, I had been in pain because the tumor was grinding on my kneecap. So imagine walking and having calcified, very hard tumorous deposit just grinding on your kneecap as you're doing stuff. So I was in pain before that too. It wasn't obviously the nearly extent of pain after getting my femur sawed in half, but it definitely made a significant difference after the surgery. But uh, yeah, I just haven't had a pain-free day, and the pain varies. I think on a good day, it's like a 2 or 3 on the scale is 0 to 10. 0 being like, I don't feel anything, to 10 being like, this is the worst pain I could possibly experience. On a good day, I'm probably at a 3. Probably have a 3. Um, when I have bone pain, like it's automatically a 5 or higher, because bone pain is just, I don't even know how to explain it. From what I've read on pain, bone pain is one of the worst types of pain you can experience. And so I don't know. That's my personal experience. Like the nerve pain is more distracting than anything because it just completely feels like it scrambles my brain. But the bone pain is just this intense ache that it just like it's like chop off my limb kind of pain. Uh, yeah. So I've been dealing with that, and people ask all the time, "Are you in pain?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm in pain," and they're like, "Oh." dude, I've been paying 24/7. Like, it's normal for me. It's my normal everyday life. Like, that's my standard. Sorry, he doesn't like that my hair is touching him. But yeah, I'm in pain all the time. And I think it makes people uncomfortable when I answer honestly. Like, am I supposed to sit here and say, no, like I'm not going to let this pain get to me? I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I'm a person that honestly has a problem with like not like I don't have a filter sometimes, and I've worked really hard to be more mindful about what I'm saying because I there's some things that you shouldn't just share with people. But when someone asks me directly about my pain, I don't want to sit there and lie to them and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm good, I'm fine." It's like I kind of am fine, but I'm kind of not. Like I have a historic problem with downplaying my symptoms of when I'm experiencing something, and not realizing that it's really, really, really bad. And so I just want to be honest because people like then ask me weird questions. Like they'll see me move my leg and I'm like wincing and they're like, oh my God, are you okay? And it's like, it's fine. It's just this is the normal, but it's just extremely painful for me to move. But that's just, my life. So I guess I don't really know what I want to do about that yet. I don't know how to respond to people in certain situations. All I ask is people be empathetic and not the biggest thing is people acting like it's like the end of the world when I'm in pain or when I say I'm in pain. And I appreciate the acknowledgement that you're acknowledging that I'm in pain, but at the same time, it's kind of frustrating for me because I don't want to be seen in this poor you, oh my God, end of the world light. Like, I'm just another person with my own problems. Everyone has their own problems. I don't want anyone to sit there and tell themselves that their problem is any less than my problem. Of course not. Like what you're experiencing is like it is important to you in your life. And it's going to look different than my situation, but that doesn't make your situation any more or less bad or good than mine. So I guess I still just don't know how to respond to people. I'm honest, but I don't know. I've kind of gotten to the point where I just say, like, that's just my life. Like, you want to know if I'm in pain today? Yeah, and my pain's still there. My pain hasn't gone away. Like, I wish I could will it away, but that's just not the reality of the situation. People are like, well, are you medicated? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, how can you be in that much pain if you're not medicated? And it's like, because I'm making an active choice to live with the state of pain, but be present. For me personally, I cannot be present in the moment when I am on certain pain medications. And I have to live with the consequences of that. And that is the choice that I, at this moment, have made. Now, if I can at any moment in time go to my doctor and tell him, hey, I'm in pain. Let's go to a pain management clinic, and I can do that. But I don't want to like become addicted to pain medication, and because of that sheer fact, and not the fact that I can't be present in the moment when I'm medicated. I live my life in pain instead, and that's a choice. Not everyone makes that choice. Um, some people may not even feel like they have that choice, and I don't want to say, I just want to say I support you in whatever your choices are. But um, yeah, I still have to go do my lung scans. So I just got a lung scan done. I will be posting a video about the lung scan and visiting the cancer doctor. So I go visit the cancer doctor in like 2 weeks to talk about the results and talk about general treatment and care. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna make a video and post it. I think in that video I will also do a health update because I've had some other stuff come up recently. Um, and try to give you guys an update on all of that because I'm trying to figure out how to have a fun channel, but like still talk about chronic illness and disability and bone cancer. But I wanted to pop on and say hi, and, I know I haven't posted a video in a week. It's been really hard for me. The anniversary is, hard. I went from being able-bodied and doing whatever I want to constantly having to think about the consequences of every single action I take in terms of how my disability will affect it or how it will affect my current disability. I just don't have the luxury of not thinking about that stuff anymore, and, it's still upsetting. I think I've gotten past there's different stages of grieving from what I understand, or there's a thought that there's different stages of grieving, and I've gone through, like, the really angry phase, I've gone through my fault phase, I've gone through, the really sad phase, and I think it's like it just feels like a loss, like I lost something and I'm not gonna get it back. And it's kind of the acceptance phase, I guess, but it's like a not a sorrowful, I don't know how to describe it. Um I just don't have the words for it. It's really hard to explain, but it just feels like this sense of loss. And I'm not mad about it anymore. I'm not I get sad occasionally, like, I'll think, "Oh, I wanna do this," and then I have to sit back and think, like, "Oh, I can't actually do this anymore," or, "I won't be able to do this because of my disability." So, I have that happen every now and again, but it's more or less just it was really traumatic. The whole process was traumatic, and, I didn't even realize I had complex PTSD until about a year ago, but it's not just from my cancer and the treatments, it's, from how I was raised as a kid, and that drastically impacted um how I approached the cancer treatment care, but, uh I've just felt really off. I also started a new medication recently, and I don't know if that's it or if I'm still feeling really off because it is cancer anniversary time. I'm really grateful that as of right now, I have no idea how my lung scan's gonna come back, but right now that they don't think my cancer has spread anywhere else and that they think they got all of it. But I guess I still very much fear that my scan is gonna come back bad every single time I go. And I I don't know. Scanxiety is a real thing. Scanxiety is a real thing. So, I, I'm just so grateful to all of you guys, as of right now, it could dip back down again because it does. It goes up and down, but I've hit 200 people, and just the fact that even if people only come to watch my bone cancer specific videos, I am so grateful that I've had this many people watch my videos and like spread awareness about bone cancer. There's so little resources on it because it's so rare. And, I think there's this expectation to glorify particularly tragic incidences, but pretty much anything on the internet and on social media. And I feel like quite a few people try to hide the dark side to having things like mental health issues or cancer treatment. And yes, I think it's important to have have some positivity in the process of getting better and healing. But at the same time, I want to have people know that there are hard moments. There are really hard moments in all of it. And it's okay to have those hard moments. And those hard moments are when you can really connect with someone else as a human being. Because if I go on and I watch somebody and all they do is talk about the positive things and the rainbows and sunshine, and I am just feeling in the dumps about whatever's going on in my situation, and I just want somebody there to be with me and to know that I'm not the only person that feels this way, that is so important. That's so important. And I won't ever be that person to shy away from being honest about what's going on, whether it's good or it's bad, because people need to see both sides. It's good to see that you can still thrive and strive for a loving, happy life, but it's also important to see that that isn't always linear, and there's going to be challenges, and it's okay to have those moments and be sad. Um, but I think I might wrap it up here. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to have a regularly scheduled filmed video for y'all here in the next couple of days. I don't even know what I want to post. I've just been in this funky dunky mood because of my anniversary. But y'all make it so much better. I'm so unbelievably grateful for the community and all the really nice, wonderful comments all of you guys leave for me. So I want to thank you so much for watching. We've made it to 4 years. I hope whatever is going on in your life, that things are going well for you. I'm sending all the positive vibes. Tater Tot is too. And we want to thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I hope you take care. Bye.